And welcome back to the Director of Football Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. Things have been going rather well since you were here last. As you can see from the league table, we are sitting fourth, which is fantastic. And we have the best goal difference in the league. You might be asking, how? Well, we have settled on a starting 11, mostly. Tactic has been tweaked ever so slightly, and it seems to just be working fantastically. So we're back today for Fleetwood and Tranmere. I did not realise Tranmere were having such a torrid start to the season. But here we are. So the last episode, you saw us lose to Bristol Rovers, who are top of the league, and draw a Crew, who are lower half team at the moment. Sheffield Wednesday, I was going to say so much better, we were lucky. We had two penalties, two very soft penalties. Doesn't matter how they're scored, we beat them 2-0. Then we absolutely smashed Sunderland. It was not a great first half. I got shouty with them, and Gavin Massey scored another brace. He scored like 2 goals all last season, or was it 3? Okay, no, he ended up getting 5. He's already gotten 4 so far. He's already gotten 5, never mind, he's scored 5 already. So if he can do it again, that would be delightful. Then we weren't great against Portsmouth. Sol Campbell was just after taking over. I think it was like the day before. So struggled against them. Then Derby were just a lot better than us. Jack Marriott was an absolute monster. Could not stop him. So that was less than ideal. Then we beat Peterborough. I felt really sad that we did this to Posh. We were just a lot better than them. We did have an issue at left back where Dan Smith picked up an injury, and I had to basically make a whole new defence because of it. I think Omar Beckles moved to left back, and then Diaco went on, but I wanted to take Dakars Cogley off because he was dying, but we had no other defenders on the bench, so what are you going to do? Then we played the Man City under-23s, and their goalkeeper was amazing for the first half. And then everything that came towards him for the second half, he just kind of flapped at. So I was happy. Then we beat Rochdale 5-1, which was, again, surprising. We were 3-0 up at halftime. Yeah, 3-0 up at halftime. But Rob Senior has been in quite good form as well, which for 16 years, he's 16, still 16 for another couple of months. Been very good. And everything is increasing. I've decided to start playing training him as a complete forward to get a few more of his attributes working. And since I did that, he has turned into a bit of a decent striker. Plymouth, we then went and just beat them 3-1. Jay Stansfield is finally scoring. When Telford scored his first goal, or scored Plymouth's first goal and opened the scoring, I thought, that's it, we're getting smashed. We didn't. We came back and we did the business. So we are, like I said, playing Fleetwood today, who are a decent team, sitting kind of upper mid-table, 8th. So it should be interesting. But this is how we're lining up today. We have a couple of injury concerns. So Dillo starts in goal, Dakars Cogley and Pearce as our wing-backs, Obi and Diaco as our centre-backs, Evans and Merry in central midfield, Asgard and Solomon Adabor as our wide men, with Senior playing as a deep-lying forward on attack, and Stansfield up front. Unfortunately, Gavin Massey picked up an injury in the last game. No, suffered in training. So he's out for another 4 days. Less than ideal. And Dan Smith is still out from that injury against Posh. Yeah, broken ankle. Out for another 4 months. So Pearce hopefully can stay fit, because he picked up that injury as Pearce was coming back from his previous injury and wasn't capable of playing more than 45 minutes. So we did make a new signed a few players actually. Deadline day came and went. Last thing you would have seen was Beckles, or was it Ellery? Might have been Ellery. So we signed a central defender. Then we signed Jordan Spence, backup right back, exactly what I was looking for. Not the best backup right back. He's played once because Dakars Cogley was still recovering from an injury. Not played since. Isaka. Isaka. That's what I'm calling Isaka. He had like 5-star potential according to one of my scouts. And I think it's one of my coaches, yeah. Rob Edwards reckons he's a 3-star potential. Potentially. Might get a chance at some point. Our strike force has been rather good at the moment. I don't really want to mess around with it too much. And remember how I said we needed right backs and centre backs? Well, Tom Howard's come in and he's a right back / centre back who we're training to be a centre back. He's not very good. 2-star potential. Probably not going to see him ever again. Then Gianluca Bocci, who is not Italian, as I would have expected. No, just straight English. I'm going to leave him in the under-23s, see what he can do. Had a decent last season with Gainsborough. Had a decent start to this season after they got relegated, I'm guessing. And he's potentially going to get game time at some point. And then Jack McQueen, another centre-back, because why not just sign all the terrible centre-backs in the world and bring him to the club? He's played mostly for Grays and Barking. Again, had a decent season last year. Not really. It was pretty crap last year. Started this season better. And now he's playing for our under-23s. Okay, well, he's in our under-23s. He's not actually played yet. We did loan out Mackenzie O'Neill to Telford, where he's played and scored, which is delightful. So, Will Keane started the season as number 1 striker. It's no longer number 1 striker. He's not great. We'll put it like that. He's not great. So we've decided Senior and Stansfield are just going to be our 2 starting strikers, really. And that's not really changed too much. I think Senior picked up a knock at some point. But other than that, like, we've Kyle Joseph on the bench today in case we need to bring him on. Kind of hoping we don't have to. Oh, excuse me. Been on a good run lately. Go out and impress me. Nobody cares. Point finger, passion, difference, faith. As motivated senior, like I said, 16 years old. But he's playing really rather well. And well, that's not ideal. What is it? Upper body injury. I wonder what that could be. Ooh. McHugh, who's been our Mazzella for the last season and a bit, he has been off the boil ever so slightly recently. So I've brought Mary in because he's been in decent form when he's come off the bench. So we're just going to see what happens and hope that our good form continues. If it doesn't, then I'm going to be annoyed because we've been in very good form. And Stansfield's just put that one wide. We've been in very good form. I bring ye back for a video, and if we play poorly, I'm going to be annoyed. Because I haven't turned off the game. This is how it was. All I did was I went and made a cup of tea before I recorded this. There should be no reason why we wouldn't be absolutely smashing goals in. And we're not. The XG has been terrible as well. 0.35 to 0.22. Pump fists. We've been the better team. Only motivated OB. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. You have the ability. Get in there. Okay. In there like swimwear. We're going to have to consider what we're going to do for the left back situation now, because 2 of our left backs are going to be out injured, and I don't really want to play Beckles as a left back because he's not. Okay, actually, if I'm playing as an attack, don't I? I do. We did play Callum Robinson, I think his name is. He's one of our under 23 left backs. I might end up just having to actually put him in for a couple of games because he played against Man City because we had no left backs. So he played that game. It didn't do terribly. Didn't wow me. either though. So we'll have to see what we have. But Mary, beautiful tackle against Camps. Let's put Burns in. And Wes Burns scores. Our strike force today. Not been great. I'm going to put that down to the fact that we are playing with Asgard as our right winger. Where normally that would be Solomon Odobor and Massey would be on the other side. It's not really worked out for us at the minute, and Evans just... It says it was just wide. It looked like more like he ballooned it. So we're going to make a change here. Going to put Odobor on that side. I'm going to bring... Yeah, we bring Crankshaw on, I guess. Kind of feel like doing this and then just making you a support, because this is the first time Will Keane is getting off the bench in quite a few games. Alright, let's come on. Demand more. We've literally been unstoppable in the league. The only team that's been able to beat us recently is Derby. Crankshaw, a terrible attempt at a cross. Mary picks it up to Beckles, who can't cross to save his life, but Mary sends it back to him. Evans, Mary, Beckles, and Senior. Oh, Senior was offside. Okay, but even worse than that, he didn't score. Beckles with the throw. Evans just about keeps it, but then we end up losing it, and now Paddy Madden is going for a slow walk. Diaco. Okay, I thought that was going to be a penalty. Crankshaw back to Dillo. Diaco. Evans. Mary. Nice little build-up play. Back to Diaco. Nice little intricate passes, and then Diaco is just like, nah, punt it. Crankshaw. He's gotten past one man. Tries to get past the second. Can't, but Solomon Odobor puts it wide. We can't lose to Fleetwood. I'm going to berate them. Very attacking and berate. Evans into Mary. Gets it out to Crankshaw. Manages to get past his... Sort of gets past his man. Beckles actually gets the crossover and we clear it. Evans controls the ball to Obi. Evans. Keane. Dakras Cogley. Solomon. Literally taken off his foot. What is going on? Rossiter. We're actually going to lose to Fleetwood. We've actually lost to Fleetwood. I'm throwing a bottle. I'm throwing a bottle. That was shocking. Our centre backs played well. Other than that, everyone was terrible. There hasn't been any interest in my services either by any of the big clubs. So we'll see what happens in the future. But I don't imagine we're going to be leaving too soon. He's up 5 weeks. Oh, he's out for 5 weeks. Alright, so we have to do something left back related, because we don't really have a left back. So you're going to find out what we're going to do in the left back situation in our game against Tranmere. How did they get in the last game? No, schedule. They drew with Portsmouth. I feel like that's a game we're definitely going to lose. So we will be back for Tranmere in just a second. So it is now time for Tranmere, and we cannot do what we did against Fleetwood. That was terrible. Terrible against Fleetwood. But we're going up against the team who've been the worst in the league for everything. I know their goal difference is the worst, but have they scored... They scored twice, conceded 14. So they haven't conceded the most goals. That's McDonald's. Oh no, it's not actually. Sunderland have conceded 16. So... Let's do the things that we said we were going to do. So changes from the last game. Evans steps in at goal. Diaco starts at centre back. I don't think he did that last time. Robinson comes in to play at left back. What I might do is put you on support and have Cogley plays the attacking wing back. Massey is back in, and I'm starting Will Keane ahead of Senior. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but it's what we're doing. We've decided that Will Keane is starting today, and he's going to do the business. Sid Nelson, I feel like he's very old, but I could be wrong. Fascinating to see how the shape has so clearly suited us. Evans starts, good. Get Solomon Ottobor out of the team. We have to keep this formation. Solomon Ottobor has been one of our best players. Yeah, go out and do it for the media. Who needs motivating? You, and you. I'm going to hands on hips. Oh, there's a minor update out. So I'll have to do that after this game. We've got Massey motivated and Owen Evans motivated, but Robinson and Dacres Cogley still don't really care. This is definitely a must win. How old is Sid Nelson? 25. Who am I thinking of? There is definitely a player I was thinking of whose name was Sid Nelson. He's a lot older. I don't know. Blackett Taylor is splitting our defence and then absolutely smashes that one. They're very lucky there was no one behind the goal on that side, because I think that would have definitely done some damage. Dacres Cogley, beautiful tackle, never a penalty, never. Solomon goes for a jog down the wing, gets it across to Stansfield, and it is a goal. For a second there I thought it was going to be a coined offside. Not the case. It has not been ruled out offside, which is fantastic. This is more than you've seen in this episode from us, because we were very poor in the first game. Solomon's through again, and he's done the business. This is how we've been playing constantly. Every game we've been dominating. And it was just that game against Fleetwood. I think the players were a little too confident, and maybe it just didn't set up properly. We've even played Will Keane today, and he's not really been at the races. We've seen him involved more times than he has been. But we have, with the keepers, we've been rotating them around a little bit. So if Dilo has a game that I'm not happy with, just take him out and put Evans in, because Evans he's a good goalkeeper. He's, according to my coach, that was an absolute worldie of a goal by O'Keefe. According to the coach, he's a leading goalkeeper for League 2, and Dillo is a leading goalkeeper for a championship level goalkeeper. You know, it's nice to have a championship level goalkeeper in your ranks. But Preston, completely forgot. Preston sacked their manager and got a new one in, so that would explain why they're having a decent game today. We have an XG of just shy of 1. Tranmere on a 0.46. I'm going to pump my fists and say there's room for improvement. Nobody cares. Hands on hips. You more to give. Pump fists. Okay. Pumping fists is better than hands on hips, it would seem. Stansfield. Why did I say Stratford? I think we released Henry Stratford, actually. Yeah, we've been dominating most games. I'm still a little weary of the fact that we're getting Tranmere are getting us on the break quite so often. Very lazy by Will Keane there. So we might have to consider bringing Senior on at some point. Robinson, who's had a decent game, hasn't had any glaring issues so far anyway. Speak of the devil, falls over his man, and because of it, Tranmere get their second of the game. So Tranmere had scored 2 goals the entire season. Right now, they've doubled that. I'm going to berate them for that, because that was shocking. Giving that away was terrible. And Tranmere are on the attack again. O'Keefe, what's he going to do? we know he can smash one in. And thankfully, that shot goes sailing wide. Just having a look at the players on the pitch, and Diaco's having a shocker of a game. So we're going to bring on Beckles, play him as a ball-playing defender. Going to bring Senior on for Keane, because Keane's just been trash panda. Like, we've not seen him. Evans isn't playing great either. The Lee Evans, central midfielder Evans, not been fantastic. Massey's been poor as well. But Massey has just come back from his injury, so that kind of makes sense. Mary is very deep for a Mazzella. Senior's true. Senior! Oh. Davies. That was an acceptable save. I will allow it. And Dacres Cogley is going to get himself sent off here. No, just yellow. Okay, that's fine. Thought that was going to be right. It looked like he was last man. I'm going to break them again, which is fired and focused some of them. Lee Evans picked up a knock, so he's going to come off. Harry McHugh is going to come on as Mazzella, but we're going to swap Mary to be the deep-lying playmaker. If we draw with Tranmere, we're actually going to draw with Tranmere, aren't we? Why? Why have we turned so bad all of a sudden? Diaco, to be fair, had a terrible game. He's been solid all season. And I wasn't starting him. We're going to throw a world ball. We should be winning this sort of match. We need to find out what that injury to Evans was. I can't believe we drew with Tranmere. Like, we've been in such good form. I turn on the camera and we turn into absolute shit. There's no Fleetwood up in fourth after beating us. Bristol Rovers drew with Charlton. Evans is out for 8 days with a gashed lower leg. Peterborough are top of the league after being smashed by us. So we dominated them in that game. So Tranmere picked up 2 points in 2 games, which, you know, the first 7 they had 1, and they scored 2 goals against us. That's just, it's infuriating. Our top goal scorer in the league is Solomon Odobor. We were so good for so long, and now we're terrible again. So for the next episode, we have to play. I always talk about how I've never managed Walsall. I think we have to play the Lincoln and Walsall game, or actually no, we'll do Walsall and whoever we get in the first round of the FA Cup. That'll be more interesting, I think, than taking on Lincoln. Because we played Lincoln last year because the game kept getting postponed. This year we're just going to say fuck them. Do Walsall and whoever we get in the first round. So if you have enjoyed this hot mess, we've ended a fantastic run of form. 4 games, scoring 18 goals, conceding 3, to losing 1-0 and drawing 2-2. When we scored twice in 2 minutes, like. Anyway, if you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!